Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Now, today I'm going to be responding to a video that I saw over on Twitter, and really it's just from TikTok. I just saw it on Twitter. Now, this is a TikTok video that was posted by the Libs of TikTok Twitter account, and I've used this account for content sometimes, and I just want to make it very clear that even though this account on Twitter is kind of made to, like, epically own the libtards and trigger the sensitive lib snowflakes, usually when I respond to the TikToks posted by Libs of TikTok, I'm really just trying to respond to what they're saying. You know, I'm not really trying to dunk on them or try to embarrass them or anything. Honestly, I just kind of want to give my opinion on this stuff. Obviously, I'm a Cheeto, so I'll crack a joke, I'll roast them every now and then, but for this one specifically, just want to have a conversation. I don't think that I need to give any context for this TikTok. The context is given within the TikTok, so I'm just gonna play it and then respond to it. But before we get into it, videos like these tend to get more pushback than normal, so if you could just take the time to leave a like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, I would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, let's get into it.
Oh no! The transphobia in my comment section needs to stop. Yesterday I posted a TikTok responding to this question: what are the red flags you look for in men? And one of them was if he wouldn't date a trans woman. Red flag. And my comment section?
There's more of the clip, but let's just break this down already. So she's asking people, like, okay, what would your red flag be when dating somebody? Basically meaning, like, what is one thing that would kind of stop you from dating somebody? Now, I think some of the red flag discourse is funny. Like, if he listens to this music artist, run away. If she has a peanut butter allergy, then don't put a ring on it, or something like that. But then there's some, like, serious red flags that people talk about. Like, unironically, I've heard girls say, like, oh, if the guy you're interested in is a gamer, then, you know, drop him, sweetie, because gamers are toxic, and that's a red flag, which I don't even want to get into how unintelligent of a generalization that is. But anyways, so now that you understand, like, kind of what red flags are, this lady is claiming that one of her red flags is if the guy she's interested in wouldn't date a transgender woman. Now, we have to get specific here because there's no other way to, like, talk about this. A transgender woman is a person who at some point in their life was a man, and now, for whatever reason, decides to identify as a woman. Now, the key point here is that anywhere from 87 to 95% of transgender women don't get the surgery, if you know what I'm saying, okay? They don't get their, you know, removed. And I'm sorry to say this, but that's actually going to disqualify a lot of people from wanting to date you, especially heterosexual men who are attracted to women with women parts. They're not gonna want to date a person with man parts. I'm sorry to say it. You can call me transphobic, but like almost every single man I've talked to about this says the same thing. If they are heterosexual, like 99% of the time when they look for a woman, that woman kind of has to have woman parts. Now, I'm not saying that if you're transgender, you don't deserve to find love or a partner that likes you. Obviously, you know, everybody kind of deserves love at the end of the day. But like, yeah, people have preferences. People have things that they're attracted to. But yeah, I'm gonna play the clip again.
Oh no! The transphobia in my comment section needs to stop. Yesterday I posted a TikTok responding to this question: what are the red flags you look for in men? And one of them was if he wouldn't date a trans woman. Red flag. And my comment section? You get the idea. I can't put them all because there's too many. Let me break this down. Trans women are women. So if you're heterosexual and you're a man and you said you wouldn't date a trans woman because it's a preference, that's just transphobia, period. The majority of the time, our preferences are rooted in something problematic. It could be trauma, racism, transphobia, the list goes on. If you want to find out what your problematic preferences are, click the link in my bio and watch this video. I am now going to take you all through an example. This person asked why it's transphobic to not want to date a trans woman. Already starting off on the wrong foot by referring to cis women as regular women, then said something about trans women not being able to carry children. If that's your sole reason for dating someone, keep that same energy for all the women who are infertile.
Okay, yeah, so there's a lot of bullshit to respond to here, and I'm really not even sure where to start. So I want to respond to the claim trans women are women. Now, how do I respond to this without getting canceled? So if somebody wants to fulfill a feminine role in society and, you know, wants to do that by being referred to as she, her, and dress up in, like, skirts and female clothing, like, that's okay. And out of, like, pragmatism, I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, oh, you're a man. Because I realize that people who do it usually don't do it because they want to, but they do it because it's genuinely the only way they feel like they can belong in society and, like, the world. So I appreciate that, but, like, we just have to be honest. Being born a man always means that you will be a biological man. When you are born a biological man, you will produce male gametes. Males usually have larger veins genes than females. Autism is more likely in men than women. Men are more likely to be taller and stronger. Males and females process alcohol differently. In females, blood flow is different around certain regions of the body. Male jaw bones are heavier than female jaw bones. And I could literally keep going for like hours about the differences between men and women. The reason I bring this up is because at the end of the day, biology is all encompassing. You know, they say that sex is kind of like your biology and it's what you are scientifically, but gender is like more important because it's how you identify and what you feel inside. The problem with this is that especially when it comes to dating, like it doesn't matter how somebody feels inside. Like if I go up to a lesbian who's only attracted to females and I say that I identify as a woman, that's not gonna matter. She's not going to want to date me and she's not gonna like think that I'm like actually a woman or anything, and I get that. Like that makes the most sense. But more importantly, I wouldn't say that her preferences in not dating me because I am a biological man is like bigoted or anything. I would totally understand it. So to say that trans women are women, not exactly, no. Like I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm not even trying to be offensive or rude. Like I have comments on my videos from transgender people, and it's like I'm literally not even trying to like dunk on the libs or like own the transgenders. I'm just like being completely honest. Also, the next thing we have to talk about is apparently the quote-unquote problematic preferences that exist.
You get the idea. I can't put them all because there's too many. Let me break this down. Trans women are women. So if you're heterosexual and you're a man and you said you wouldn't date a trans woman because it's a preference, that's just transphobia, period. The majority of the time, our preferences are rooted in something problematic. It could be trauma, racism, transphobia, the list goes on. If you want to find out what your problematic preferences are, click the link in my bio and watch this video.
So if we freeze the frame here, we can see this lady has her own channel where she's posted some other videos, and I just want to note that one of the videos is, are all white people racist? No. Now, in terms of the actual video she's talking about, which is analyzing our dating preferences, if we actually look at the thumbnail, the thumbnail reads, "Have you been racist without even knowing it?" Now, I'm assuming this video was talking about having racial preferences when dating, which I've already talked about on the channel, but like, I don't think anybody cares if you have a racial preference when dating, and if you do care, like, that's just weird. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, the only person's preferences when it comes to dating that you should care about is somebody that you're either dating or looking to date. For example, like I'm white, like I'm racially white, ethnically I'm like, you know, part Puerto Rican, so, but whatever, but like I'm white. If some random girl out there doesn't want to date white people, like I don't care, because I was never going to date them in the first place, you understand? Now, if there was a girl that I was talking to and it turns out for some reason she doesn't want to date white people, it's not my job to change her mind. I just have to take the L there and move on. And this goes with every race. If somebody out there, regardless of their race, isn't, you know, attracted to black people as much as they are either their own race or other races, like, at the end of the day, who cares? And the thing that I don't understand, right, is that, like, this black lady over here is saying that if you sometimes prefer to not date black ladies, that might be racist. But now I have to ask, why are you trying to, like, convince somebody who doesn't prefer to date you to date you? Like, whether or not it's actually racist, I think depends on the situation. But either way, the result is the same. They don't want to date you. So, like, why are you gonna, like, try to convince them to want to date you? Just, like, take the L. But yeah, that's just my take on this. If you agree, leave a like. If you disagree, leave a dislike. I don't care.